Okay, so we're out here on the channel course at Burnham Berrow. I thought I'd do a quick vlog just to show you how fabulous the course is. The weather is amazing today, not a breath of wind, which is very unusual for here. And I'll just talk you through a few shots and we'll have a little round. So we've got the first, which is a par 4. It's just about 400 yards, just under 400 yards. And we got a water hazard all down the left-hand side. And it all kind of feeds from right to left as well with a hump on the right hand side. So we're just going to favour the right hand side and just aim for the right hand side of the fairway. I've got a 2-iron here. So that's pretty good. It's straight down the right hand side there. No one's more surprised than me to see it go down the right hand side. So let's go and see how far we got from there. Okay, so we've hit that 2-iron, 230. We've now got 156 to the pin from here. So I've got my 9-iron, which goes 140 to 145. So we're going to land it in short, being links conditions. It's going to bounce, check up and run out a little bit. So we're just going to try and land this just past, just kind of a third of the way on for it just to run out to the pin. Pin's on the left hand side. I know this feeds from right to left, so I'm actually going to aim right half of the green and hopefully it will trickle round. So I've hit it a little bit too far right, just finishing the sort of short gully. It's about pin high though, so we're good. So the ball finished about pin high, hit it okay, but we just finished right inside of the green. It's actually sat quite nicely, and being a links course, we can putt from here. So I definitely recommend putting if you're just off the fringe around a links course, even further away from that. It's a bad putt's definitely going to go closer than a bad chip. So I can see here we've got a little bit of right to left, nothing too severe though. So we're just going to aim one cup to the right hand side of the hole. I can see a different shade of grass just to the right that I'm just aiming for. Oh, hit the pin. Luckily it was travelling, so I just finished a foot by. Pin's leaning a bit towards then. Might have gone in if the pin was dead centre. But we'll take that down to a little bit of luck, as that was travelling. So I'm happy to walk away from that first hole with a 4. So I've just hopped out the car, jumped on the tee, did what we tell everyone not to do. Not the best approach, but 2 good putts and a good tee shot. So now we're on the hole number 2. Now this is a beast of a hole. So we've got 416 yards. We've got a water hazard all down the left and banks all up the right hand side. It's actually hole number 7 coming up the right hand side. So here you really want to favour the right hand side here. But with the conditions, I think I can carry it far enough over the corner to have a nice short club in, so it's actually a big advantage if I can get a good drive away. So I'm going to take the risk, one of those risk rewards. Sometimes I'll just knock a 2-iron down there again, but today we're going to go for the risk reward. So we're actually going to go, there's a tree down there just to the right hand side of the green, so I'm going to aim to the furthest, there's 3 of them, I'm going to aim to the furthest right hand one and see if I can just hit a little fade off of that. So it's gone dead straight at that tree, hasn't cut off of it though. But we're in a good spot because I didn't aim into any trouble. So we're happy there, that's good. So we're not in a bad spot here. We've missed the water hazard by probably 10 yards. So we're now faced, we've got 130 yards to the pin, and we're going in with a 50-degree wedge, which goes 125. So we're just going to get hit normal 50, just out of this semi-rough, and go straight at it really. There's no trouble around there. Okay, so we've just finished a bit short right there again. Just need, I think, to work a little bit on the short approach plate. So I definitely didn't catch that wedge very nicely. So we finished, we're probably 5 yards short of the green, and then the pin's another 4 paces on from there. So we're going to putt this again. The ground conditions are really nice, so we're just going to get it rolling through the fairway and then trickling out to the flag again. I'm just going to have a few practice strokes just to judge the length of my stroke and the pace this putt's going to be. We're going to go just left half. A little bit strong, probably 3-4 feet away. Okay, so now these are those all important putts that you really should make in any round, as long as you've put the work in on them. So this is, I'd say it's actually about 5 foot. Got to hit it inside the hole, so I'm going to go dead centre with enough pace so it shouldn't break. Oh, I've pulled it. So there's the 5 from a really nice drive, let down by the short game. Let's move on to the 3rd. So we've got 149 yards to this flag. The pin's towards the back of the green. So we've got the same club that we hit on the first. We've got the 9-iron again. So we've only played, I'm not too disheartened by my approach shots because I haven't had any kind of warm-up. You've got to expect these sort of shots, but I am still thinking about that putt. I did have a couple of doubts over it actually when I was stood over the putt, which is why self-talk and self-belief is so important when you're standing over a shot. You've got to convince yourself that you're confident that you're going to hold it. So I should have stepped away and perhaps had another couple of practice strokes to build up that self-belief. So we're going to go straight at this flag, 'cause it's right in the middle of the green. No real danger. 9-iron. Should really get it pretty close. So we've missed that pin high left this time, so I wasn't going to miss that one right. So we've missed this green pin high left. We've got a couple of humps to go over here, so I've just got my 58-degree wedge just to chip it over the humps, land it on the green, and then hopefully roll out to the pin. So we're just going to walk up and have a look where we're going to land this. So I'm thinking we're going to land this around here because it's going to run out. They're actually quite firm, these greens already. Another option here would be to play like an 8-iron and stun it into the bank here and let it hop up if you don't like using the lofted wedges. Oh, lipped out. Landed it right on my spot. So I picked a good line, good spot to land it on. We finished a couple of feet away. Pretty happy with that. And take lots of care over every putt. Make sure of every single putt. So, nice up and down there. For the 3, we're now 1 over. It's a great course, channel course. So I grew up on here playing with a couple of friends. And we had to achieve our handicap of 28 before we could play the main course, which is a great incentive to get out into that main course. So we're now on the 4th on the channel course. This is a par 5, slight dog leg left. It's about 460 yards. The tee shot, there's loads of space to the right. Then the approach gets a little bit narrower through a bunch of trees. The fairway is probably 30 yards wide on the approach then. So we're looking to make a birdie here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play it up the middle with a bit of a fade to just avoid the water hazard that's down the left hand side. So I can see some red stakes, so I'm going to aim. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 red stakes I can see. I'm going to aim at the third one right in the middle. Just hit a little fade off of that. Again, it's gone straight at it, no danger, straight down the middle. So we're in a good spot to get there in 2, and let's try and get back to level par. So we've got 182 to the flag. So I hit my 6 iron, 175. So we're going to hit the 6. I just think it's a nice 6 iron in there. It's still winter rules, so we can place, although the lie's pretty nice. It's just make it a little bit better. There's a bit of mud on the ball. So we've got two small pot bunkers front right. The pin's actually sort of middle side left, so we're going to aim between the pin and the left hand side of the green and just try and fade it in. I've hit that heavy. Get up there, go. So just short, so not too bad. We can hit a little chip or a little putt or something from there. So we're still in chance for the birdie. Such a good hole, this one. It's a really good course for anyone of any ability really, because it's tight enough and long enough to challenge the better players, but also the players that don't play so much. There's no real long carries either, so it's good for all kinds of golfers. So we've got 2 options here actually. So we are just off the front of the green. We could chip it with the 54 and land it somewhere out here and get it run out to the flag. We could bump it with an 8 iron or a 7 iron or a 9 iron, whatever your preference is. Land it short of the green here, so just before the upslope, and get it to bounce up to the flag, or we could putt it. Again, whatever you're more confident with, whatever your confidence is going to get close to the hole. So I'm actually going to opt with missing the bank. I'm going to take the bank out of it, as we can place as well, winter rules, so we can give it a nice lie. So I'm going to land it up on the front of the green and get it to run out. Let's see if we can get this birdie. blown that way too far. Wrong choice. Should have bumped. Okay, so we're now left with about 20 feet for the putt. So not a great chip. We've got a lengthy enough putt here for the birdie. Let's just check, see what it's doing here. Don't see a lot. There's a slight hump halfway that goes uphill then downhill. Don't see too much in this. Standing over it. Again, can't see an awful lot. I'm going to go straight. Right to left at the hole. So we hit a good putt. We hit it dead straight and actually moved a good couple of inches from right to left. There's a par. A bit disappointed with a par, but it's a par nonetheless. So we're on hole number 5 now. We're still 1 over after a disappointing par on the last. So we're still in search of that birdie. Now this hole, so much room on the right. The pin looks like it's middle left. So we can hit this drive up the right hand side. We're actually going to forget about the fairway. We're going to miss this fairway to the right. So we've got a better chip in. So I'm aiming at the right hand edge of the green. It's 318 yards. So we should have about a 40 yard pitch to the green from the right hand side, hopefully. Just hit that a little bit at the toe. So it's going straight at the middle of the green. So it's not far off our target, but not quite the chip from the right hand side that we want. I didn't want to miss it left because there's a hump to the left which makes it a little bit tricky for the chip, but we should be good. So this shot is now a slightly longer version of that bump and run shot that I should have played on the last hole. So the ground condition's quite firm at the front of this green. I've got an 8 iron, so I'm actually going to land this a third of the way, and then it's going to bounce up onto the green and then start running out like a putt to the flag. So it's really important on this sort of shot that we pick our landing area. So the ground raises up slightly, then there's a hump, and then it goes downhill. So I'm actually going to try and land it on the top of the hump. And we're going to get it to run out to the flag. Landed a little bit past my landing area, so it's rolled just past the flag. We've probably got 15 feet for birdie. So we've got a lovely birdie opportunity here. Couple of humps here to look at to see if there's any break. Just have a quick look. So it feeds off the right at the start and then it should come back. I think this is straight. So what we call a double breaker, I think. We'll find out. Actually it's more severe here, standing over it. So we're going to go right lip. Oh, it was straight, it missed the right lip. Another par. We will get that birdie. Okay, so we're now on the 6th hole. This is 360 yards and it's like hitting down a Smarties tube because we've got banks all up the left, banks up the right, a bunker right in the distance to aim for, so it's a real good visual to aim for that bunker, because we're not going to reach it with 2-iron. So we're just going to knock a 2-iron straight down the middle and leave ourselves hopefully about 90 yards in. Bit of a poor one there. That's gone left, so we're going to miss that. Very to the left, but it should be okay. So we are in the jungle, in the thick stuff here. It's actually sat quite nicely, got away with that. So let's find out where we've got to hit this. I've got 155 to the pin. Got to go over this hill. I've got a pitching wedge. I'm going to club down, because I'm coming out of the thick rough, and I know at the front of the green is quite firm. I don't really want to go long on this green, so picked my spot we're going to aim for. I'm just going to hit a nice hard wedge straight over the hill. It's going to bounce short and hopefully run on. Touch left of my target, but it all slopes down, so that'll be fine now. Sorry, short left of this green, and we're going to have a change of putter. So I'm going to play the next few holes with an arm lock putter. So I've been testing this out for a couple of days, tempted to change from spider to arm lock. So where we lock it into the left forearm, just rock the shoulders back and through. So I found it really nice on short putts, but I'm just getting used to the longer putts. This is going to be a really good test. So we're going uphill. Not a lot of break. Going to go pretty straight. So it's a good line. I'm pretty happy with that. The first putt with it so far this round. Got 4 or 5 feet. So this to save the par. Inside left. Oh, it's broke. Missed it. We made a bogey, hopefully. Yeah, 2 over. So we're now on the 7th on our channel course. This is 320 yards this hole, so we're going to hit another 2-iron. Purely because the further you go on this hole, the tighter it gets. So it's nice and wide open around sort of the 200, 250 mark. But then once you get past that, it gets a bit tight. So we're going to hit 2-iron. There's a nice big lighthouse just in the distance, which is the perfect line for this club. So we're just going to go straight at that lighthouse. It's a path that goes across this, just got to be careful there's no pedestrians walking across. That's more like it. That's a better shot. Straight at the lighthouse, and we're in a good spot there. Okay, so we're on a uphill lie here. We just off the fairway, I think, so I can't place it. We've got 120 yards. Pin is, I'd say it's pretty much middle. There is a gully front right. You don't really want to be front right. And again, it all feeds this green feeds way down to the left as well. So off the green, left is also a no-no. So this is a good approach. It's a tough approach because again, the slope on the right is all rough. So this is one of those kind of must hit greens. I think I've got a stone just under my ball there. Let's move that stone. There we go. So let's try and get this close. Just a normal 50-degree wedge. With the upslope, I am changing my posture slightly. So I'm just leaning with the slope a little bit. So I'm just trying to get my shoulders in line with the slope. It's only a slight uphill, so it's nothing too severe. It's gone high, it's just right up the pin. Just short right. So that's another green miss. I think I've hit 2 greens in regulation in 7 holes so far. Not good. So I've got another one of those putts off the green, which is going up and up a slope. We could chip it with a 50, 58 probably, or a bump and run. But I'm going to putt one. I think. I want to get this to the hole. Let's give this a chance. Just feel so comfortable with the shaft going up the left arm, with that you can just keep everything together. Right. Let's give this enough. Again, short. Just can't get myself to hit this putter hard enough. Keep that in. Come on, we can't have 2 bogeys on the trot. It's going to make it tricky. Last hole. Looks right to left to me. Pushed it. Another bogey, 3 over. So I can't help but think that if I am going to make the move to that arm lock putter, I'm going to have to get way more comfortable from the long putts. So I'm going to stick with the spider for now and work on the pace putts a bit more with the arm lock. Now this is the 8th hole. This is 115 yards from here to the pin. This is a great hole. Probably the best hole on this golf course. It could go on any golf course as well. It's only a short hole. They don't have to be long to be tough. It's a small green. There's hollows all around the green. If you miss this green, every shot is tricky to get it close. It's a cracking little green. So I'm actually going to club up. So from this yardage, I've been hitting my 50 degree, and I've been coming up short on almost every hole. So I'm going to hit a little pitch and wedge, just nestle it in there. So to hit a little wedge, just going to grip down it a little bit. I just feel like that backswing is a little bit shorter. That looks nice. It's straight at it. Be the club. Yes, we're on the green. Just short of the pin, probably 20 feet away. That's more like it. Okay, so we've got 20 feet to the pin. Pitch mark's just by the ball. Just prepare the pitch mark. You might have noticed I've binned the arm lock. We're going to try and hold this with a spider. I've got more confidence with this. I don't think it's coincidence that I've just gone bogey and I changed to the arm lock before, so let's see what we can do with the spider. Slight uphill putt, slight right to left. How much right to left? I'm going to go just outside the right edge. Ah, short on line. How often do I tell the people the pole doesn't move closer to the ball? Let's go for that again. Let's see. So still 3 over. Disappointed with 3 over, but it's nice to be out here. It's such a nice day. There you go. You get it to the hole and it's got a chance. It is absolutely lovely out here. So final hole. This is par 4, 280 yards. So they've actually moved the tee down the bottom there. But I'm just going to go off by the top tee here, which they've got the ladies tee up here. It's just a much nicer hole. So I want you to see the hole from up here. It's like I said, 280, so it's very short. We can reach this. And there is a bit of danger of going long with driver, but I want to make sure I do get there. So I'm just going to take a little bit off this driver. It favours a fade actually as well, so we're going to hit a little fade. There's a grass bunker just at the front, so we're going to aim to the left hand side of the green, just try and fade it up the upslope, which is just down the left. Now let's see if we can make at least one birdie today. Got to get the drive away first though. Hit a slight pull. Should be okay. Pins on the right. Plenty of green to work with there. So we've still got a chance. Left with a pretty tough shot here actually. I can either fly it and land it in the flat area here, but you can probably see the big hill coming down, so it all slopes down to the bottom down the right here. The other option is to try and land it on the bank and let it roll down as well. You just don't know what sort of bounce you're going to get.